Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about Google Classroom and its features to help you track and ensure that your students are completing their assignments. At the top of your screen, when you open your Google Classroom for a specific class, you have 4 tabs. The first one is Stream, which gives you everything sequentially. The second one is Classwork, where it's organized by your topics. This is where you put in your assignments. The People tab shows you who's in the class, enrolled, and which teachers are involved in that class. The last tab, Grades. Although we don't always use this as a gradebook, Google has now added the gradebook feature. So when you click on the Grades tab, you actually get a gradebook that's already set up for you. You don't have to worry about adding anything at all because it's generated through your building of the assignment itself. So for every assignment that you will have a column, and it gives you the name at the top of the column of the assignment and any information that you've put in. So you notice that out of 4, I score everything as 4 points on a 1 to 4 basis. Whatever you use or whatever rubric you use, that would be your score. As this grid is displayed, you could see that there are red missing labels in some of the sections. That means that the student did not turn it in. Doesn't mean that they didn't do it, just that they didn't turn it in. You could see some of them are green and it says turned in, done late. Again, that's a record. These with numbers in them, I've graded and returned. I've graded and returned this one. This person didn't actually turn it in, but he did do it, so I returned it after I graded it. Now, some other features of this. By looking at this, it looks like students had no contact, but actually they did. So I'm going to click on an assignment that was due yesterday. This was History of Games. And when I click on this, it's going to give me the details of that assignment. I can go back and get the instructions, or I can look at the student work. And that's what I'm looking at right now, the student work. What this does is shows the name of the assignment, how many people actually turned it in, how many were assigned, and then how many I graded. So in this class, 26, there's 26 students. 3 of them turned it in, 11 were signed, and 12 were already graded. Again, I grade what I could see. When you look at this, then you could see any attachments that are there. In this particular case, the assignment was to complete a Google form. When you have a Google form attached to the assignment, the Google form will come up right here. If I click on the Google form, I will see first the actual form and the questions. If I go down to the right where I have edited this form, I click the edit button, and now I'm in the editing process. I can go to responses. Notice I have 16 responses here, so a lot more people responded than actually turned in the assignment, and that's a procedural thing that I need to work on with my students. Now, when you're looking at the responses here, you could see this is the summary. So what you're going to get is nice graphics. I can go by question. So you could see each of these questions. That was the first. I could look at it that way, or I could look at it individuals. And this is the way I like to look at it. So now I have 16 students to turn this in, and I can go through each one. I could see the answers to the questions, and I can scroll through. This way, I don't have to keep on going back and forth to another section or opening the spreadsheet. I still have the spreadsheet, and I keep that as a record also, but I like to look at it this way. So as I look at this, then I can go back and grade the ones I need to grade and return them as I continue. I hope you find this helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know.